After Battlefield 2042 underperformed and left a lot of players disappointed, this Battlefield 6 is the game that could bring the franchise back to the top of the FPS world. And I say that as an Apex Legends player. This isn't just another Battlefield launch. It's a chance for the series to have a redemption arc. And based on the open beta and early impressions from today, things are looking good. From record-breaking player numbers to smarter map design, a returning campaign, and a new focus on player creativity, Battlefield 6 is shaping up to be the FPS to watch. Today, we're covering 7 things you need to know before you play Battlefield 6, and I'll share some of my own experiences along the way. Number 1. The open beta frenzy. Now, the numbers speak for themselves. Battlefield 6's open beta, which began today, has already become the most played Battlefield launch on Steam. Over 330,000 concurrent players on day one, more than double the record for 2042's beta. And if you are watching this video and you don't know how to get a code, here's how. Watch one of the sponsored streamers with drops on Twitch for at least 30 minutes. During that time, you might accumulate some skins as well, but you most likely will get a code. I had a friend who had to wait over an hour before he got a Twitch code, and he was at that point about ready to buy a code online for like $1 or something, so he was getting desperate. But you can also buy your way into the beta as well if you don't get lucky or you don't want to wait 30 minutes or whatever is going on with those drops. If you upgrade to EA Play Pro, that allows you to get access to the Battlefield beta and also jump in today. For those who don't want the annual membership, it's $16.99 for a month, so think of that as your entry cost if you really want to get started. Or, you know, if you're a dad like me and you can't just play video games all weekend anymore because your wife and daughter are looking at you longingly, asking the question with their eyes, why have you abandoned us? Why? Okay, all right, that's real deep, real fast, okay? It's just, I've been playing these games before I knew y'all, all right? Now you run my life. Okay, you know, it's not even worth it. I'm not even gonna get mad. Let's just go to the park. Come on, get in the car. All in all, players have been invited to elite events that allow them to get a sneak peek of this game, and there has been some really good recognition from streamers like Jack Frags, who called it the most confident Battlefield launch he's seen in years, while Stoda said, this feels like DICE knows exactly what Battlefield should be, and that for players like them who play tons of FPS and have so much experience in the genre should ring as high praise. Watching a little bit of Tim the Tapman stream earlier this morning, he did a sponsored stream, which is pretty much typical for Tim on any game, but one thing that isn't necessarily typical is he's continued to play throughout the rest of the day and is still on 14 hours later. So it has been a full day of this game. That is something that you have to love. You cannot fake that amount of time playing a game. Number 3, Battlefield's portal and live service push. Now, for those who are listening carefully, I did not say number 2, but that was the beta access and Twitch drop chaos. So if you want to say number 2 before I explain that in the video, go back, rewind, and you can say it yourself. However, let's talk about Battlefield's live service push. This might be the biggest wild card for Battlefield 6 long-term success. Battlefield Portal lets players create their own custom modes using a redesigned editor. Think of it as Battlefield's answer to Fortnite Creative. I mean, has any traditional FPS been able to replicate anything like Fortnite's creative mode? I'm sure that has to do with the audience of Fortnite, who tends to run a little younger and enjoys things like that, but let's just say that this is EA's hope of competing with it. You can remake classic Battlefield scenarios, you can mash up weapons and factions across eras, or invent totally new ways to play. This is DICE's live service heart, and if they get it right, it has the potential to keep the game fresh for years. While I'm not the kind of player who enjoys too much of a creative mode on my own, I do enjoy when I'm able to access something that's fresh, that's new, and that people are excited about. So if that becomes a part of the live service Portal experience, then I'll certainly stay engaged if it's easy for me to hop in and enjoy some fresh, random, or really cool created maps that the community comes up with. If you remember on this channel, when we played Smite, there was a really cool custom game called Raid Boss. Those are still on my channel, by the way. Those videos got over 100,000 views each, and they were like 50 minutes long. They were incredible for the channel, and they were basically just because we could tweak a lot of custom settings. So if Battlefield has something like that up its sleeve, it could be a big win. Number 4. Gameplay and map flow improvements. The beta maps already feel like a step forward from 2042, especially if you just look at them. I mean, take Liberation Peak. It's got better sightlines, closer infantry combat, and fewer frustrating choke points. As Level Cap Gaming put it, it's a return to that boots on the ground, squad-focused feel Battlefield does best. Gone are the empty expanses of some 2042 maps. Now, fights happen more frequently, but still with enough breathing room to make tactical plays. Getting all-out warfare right is obviously not a guarantee, and with 2042, DICE had to look at how they structured that game, and not just from the weapons to the design and the intention of the gameplay flow, but to how people actually moved around the maps. And it feels like that's been a big focus here going into Battlefield 6 and has already been met with a wide reception of enjoyment. Number 5. Campaign and destruction are back, baby. Yes, there's a narrative campaign this time, and yes, destruction is back in force. Walls, cover, and even certain structures can be blasted away for tactical advantage. It's not just spectacle, it's strategy, and it's a reminder of what made older Battlefield so satisfying. I had a friend, like I mentioned earlier, who said to me today that he still plays Battlefield 1, which goes to show that sometimes the right idea is better than the perfect execution of a bad idea. All the graphics in the world and all the amazing code of something that you don't really want to do again and again and again won't keep a player there. But if you destroy the right wall and it feels good, oh man, keep me coming back. That's what Battlefield is focused on, and those classic experiences that their players love is what they're looking to revitalize here in the open beta and in BF6 as it launches on October 10th. Number 6. EA's Big Strategic Gamble. Now, make no mistake, Battlefield 6 isn't just a game. It's EA's statement that they can compete in the FPS arena again with a new title. After years of relying on sports titles, this is their chance to go head-to-head with Call of Duty and prove they can deliver a lasting competitive shooter, and based on the hype, they're off to a strong start. EA just reported $1.3 billion in revenue and cited Apex Legends and EAFC as big reasons why. Those games have obviously been titans, but they need something else that can compete with the likes of Call of Duty, because people who play Apex Legends and people who play EAFC aren't the same people who play games like COD. Although there is some overlap, they are distinct enough to where if Battlefield 6 becomes a true competitor to COD yet again, this would be a huge win for EA. There's no doubt in many people's minds that this could be a weaker year for COD titles, and that leaves the door open for a game like Battlefield 6. All it has to do is capitalize on the big streamers' attention, capitalize on the players who watch them and play the game, keep those players entrenched into the experiences that BF6 has to offer, and they can really open up a wide window where they can find some market share where COD has really been dominant. Number 7, beta bugs and server woes. Yes, there have been some Edgar Allan woes. It's still a beta, and that means issues. Some bugs, minor visual glitches, that's gonna happen. Others are bigger, like server lag, matchmaking hiccups, things that are going to feel like this game is not ready. And that's true, that's what a beta weekend is for. But clearly this is a polished enough game so that you can see down the line that this is going to be something that you want to play. DICE has already posted a list of known issues and is pushing out patches, but if you're jumping in, expect a few rough edges until launch. Don't use it as a reason to judge the full game, just use it as an understanding of this game is going to be a work in progress. And with any live service game nowadays, and with the amount of players who jump in because it's free to access, or there are ways that they can get in without, committing too much, this is going to be a title that bugs get discovered in quite often. So get used to it, but understand it's just a part of the process. Number 8, this is a bonus one. I'm actually interested in this. I mean, this feels like Battlefield's redemption moment. For me, it's like the best launch momentum they've had in years, and I personally have never really gotten into Battlefield. 2042 was when I was in the prime of making Apex Legends content, everything was popping and jumping, and I wanted to check that game out too, but with the reception that it got, it just made so much more sense to focus on Apex. Now, Apex is in a great spot, I'm loving that game, but also Battlefield seems like it's going to provide the traditional Battlefield experience in an updated format. And I'm really excited. You know, that means a lot because a lot of us Apex players, we just play a lot of Apex. I know a lot of you players out there, you play your main game. So has Battlefield been doing enough for you? Will you be dropping in? Have you already played the beta? Did you get a Twitch code? I want you to tell me in the comment section below, which I'll be reading and replying to, if you're back for Battlefield or if you never left as well. Let me know your feelings on the open beta, the launch on October 10th, and if you'll be playing. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my next video where we'll be talking all Battlefield 6 with my first gameplay experience. As always, never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you all next time.